Welcome to part 12 of the Uncharted Drake's Fortune playthrough. So, Carlos, would you like an explanation for them zombies?
This is magic because of a disease.
Well, here you go.
That doesn't explain it.
El Dorado makes people crazy.
Okay, why?
Because El Dorado is El Dorado. And that's a movie no one likes. No, I'm kidding.
Is near. The devils hunt for me in the darkness. The gold of El Dorado bears a terrible curse. The Spaniards have unleashed hell, become as demons.
So magic buff. Okay.
Leaving the task to me alone.
Yes, and the source of that magic, quotes, comes from the treasure that we've been hunting this entire game.
Such great evil must never leave these
Yeah. So think of it just like the very first Indiana Jones movie, the Ark of the Covenant. Because basically that treasure, I don't really remember the context of the movie, it's been a while ago, but basically it melted people's faces off when they tried to
Yeah, isn't it like
I remember
like
that.
a coffin or something, and they open it and spirits fly out?
They have to look at it? To
Yeah,
like,
if you look at it, your face gets melted off.
Yeah, like
I
not
know,
just look at it, didn't they? Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head, but like they had to do something to it before
They opened and looked at it.
the power of the thing melted
Okay,
their faces
I think you have
off.
to open it and then look at it, no?
I don't remember.
So, something like that.
Yeah, I think that would be like the most, since it is kind of shaped like a case in that movie, like so I figured they'd try to like open it. Like every single movie has this like kind of what the fuck thing. It's like the melting of faces, like Temple of Doom having like the like the dude, like the main villain dude, just kind of sink his fingers into someone and rip out his beating heart.
What?
Have you not seen Temple of Doom?
No.
Kalima. Kalima.
Yeah, so Temple of Doom is basically.
I heard anything you can hear from River.
Temple of Doom is basically like these cultists in a temple of Doom, and they're supernatural. And they, for the record, if you tried opening this door while the enemies are here, the enemies will just kill you.
I figured.
Yeah. These cultists are Satanists, I would say. They have the power of Satan. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So they have the power to actually rip people's beating hearts out, and they can just hold up the beating heart in the air while it's beating.
Okay. For what?
Sacrifices. I think that's all I can remember off the top of my head. Because also in Temple of Doom there are these, oh no, they have Elena. Oh no. In Temple of there's also like these 3 MacGuffins that they had to collect in this story. It was like just one for the record, but yeah, whatever.
Oh, dude, I don't know if you heard, but they're making an Uncharted movie.
That's kind of why I'm doing the game.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I kind of forgot to mention this, you guys.
I don't know how I feel about the cast.
Yeah, I don't know why they chose Tom Holland of all people. Like, I know, like, Tom Holland, great actor and all, but you wouldn't see Tom Holland in the casting of Nathan Drake.
I would have much rather have like Nolan North or something, considering he's the voice of Nathan Drake.
I think you just have to be more creative. What?
Huh?
What?
Nolan North, he's the voice of Nathan Drake. He would have been a good pick.
Keep smiling.
What?
Does he do the motion capture? Do you know at all?
I think he does, yeah.
Okay, so it basically just
I'm not
be this
sure,
face.
but I think so.
I forgot he was the voice of Nathan Drake.
I know who we got to talk about.
Very good.
Oh, there's Uncharted. Like the reason why we're doing this game in the first place is because there's a movie coming out. It's rumored to say like mid-February it's coming out next year, but and so I have this game like scheduled to tie in with the movie release. But there's been like no news of it whatsoever, so I don't actually think it's going to come out in February of next year. Because there's been like no trailers at all. No trailers, no news, no nothing.
Announcement of the cast and a picture of what Tom Holland and what's his name, like Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, Mark Wahlberg look like.
Also, Mark Wahlberg he's cast as Sully, right?
Yeah.
Are you giving an Uncharted fucking movie?
Yeah. This is because it's
I
actually
can't wait
gonna
to see how that fails.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like. It's an odd casting choice at the very least. I don't know what they're gonna do. I really don't expect the Uncharted movie to be like anything special, because again, the series itself is just a dumb action movie because it is inspired by dumb action movies.
I'd say I was gonna. Did they ever announce who Mark Wahlberg's character is supposed to be?
I think he's playing Sully, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like.
I knew
I feel
it was
like
Sully, I just couldn't remember who's playing him.
I felt like knowing them, they'd probably get someone like Tom Cruise to play Nathan Drake. Just because that sounds like a Hollywood thing to do.
It does kind of sound like a Hollywood thing.
This one, I think, is supposed to be like a first adventure for Sully and Nate or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if like a really famous actor just like, oh, I like this game, let me play this character.
Yeah, actually, you know, maybe like an origin story of how the two meet up. Maybe that could work. Like
I think that's what the movie is supposed to be, is like a how they met and how they got to where they were.
Yeah, like a pre-origin Uncharted 1 thing. Even though I feel like if that's the direction they're gonna take, they might retcon what Uncharted 3 did in their flashback sequences.
Exactly.
But let's negate that for the sake of argument.
Here's the thing with most like game movies, they kind of have to.
Yeah, for like the sake of what, really? To like not have to force every single audience into every.
That's why I think it's not a good idea to like adapt games that are very story driven into a movie.
Live.
Because you have to kind of retcon the story for doing your own thing.
I'm gonna say at least not into live action, because I can see animation working. Like
Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. Like like Advent Children Final Fantasy VII, because that one's animated.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Oh, it's like a.
Okay, just look it up.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. That's supposed to be like a sequel to the original Final Fantasy VII, but just in movie form.
Let me see. What was it called? Final
Fantasy VII Advent Children.
Yeah.
Because I think the game sequel is called Crisis Core for the PSP. I'm not sure if that did any well though. Damn it.
There's also some scenes in the Sephiroth trailer, like there's some references to certain scenes that were from Advent Children.
Oh yeah, very much so. Like I will never be a memory. But yeah,
games like Uncharted or like The Last of Us or like those kind of games that are very story driven, I don't think they work very well for live action movies.
The reason they kind of don't work is because like the suspense that you feel like playing the game is kind of gone.
Yeah.
When you play it, because when you're watching it as a movie, because when you're playing it, you're like, how much shit do I have? How much? Have this much of this much of that. You're always like conscious of what you have, and in a movie sense, you don't have that same sense of urgency of like having to keep track of what they have and what they don't, because most of the time you don't know what the fuck they have on them.
But at the same time, you kind of have to remember that you're not necessarily being a part of the adventure. You are just watching the adventure unfolding.
Exactly, which is why a movie form kind of sucks.
Maybe so, maybe less. But maybe because it has to do with the story driving thing. Because like, how many of us have seen the Sonic movie?
I haven't, but
I've
heard it's good.
Yeah, it's really
for being a video game movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's a good, very enjoyable movie. And even though the Sonic franchise kind of wants it to be story driven, it's really not story driven.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
That's why it's kind of like, even then the playstyle is very simple. Yes, it can be varied, but not by much.
Yeah. And so
making it like Makes
No,
it a bit
continue.
serialized, but it's still a fun experience to play.
Yeah.
It's more like it's not story driven, so you can easily make a story out of it.
Yeah, and I want to question you about this, River. Maybe we have a different definition of what story-driven means when it comes to Uncharted, because I would say personally, like, these aren't necessarily story-driven in the sense that you could pick up Uncharted 3 without ever been playing Uncharted 1 and 2 and be perfectly fine. That's just my opinion.
Story-driven, but like story-driven was the one thing I could think of at the time. But anyway, what I meant to say was like it has a very clear story that is told that everyone knows that this is how the story goes.
Damn it. Sully, come in.
Like not a generic story like hero saves the princess, but I mean like Nathan Drake's story is he's a treasure hunter, he's with Sully, and then he goes to find El Dorado, that kind of thing. That's what I mean by
just
story.
saying that this Uncharted movie is just gonna be basically Indiana Jones meets Mission Impossible.
More or less,
so.
maybe. I'm not sure how much the secret agent factor thing would actually play into it, but if you're talking about action, maybe. But yeah, maybe.
Yeah, a game like Mario, which isn't super
try to do like a fucking
it doesn't have a clear, distinct story most of the time. That, like,
yeah,
a game like Mario, which a lot of the time doesn't have a very clear, distinct story going for it.
Right.
That would work better as a
There's
movie
no
than
story. There's literally
Uncharted
just
would.
save the princess.
But-
There's no dialogue.
Exactly.
I have no idea what happened there. But maybe. Oh yeah, and this is the part where I said in the very beginning, where like my capture card was I did the dumb. Basically, my setup is my capture card is not an Elgato or anything like that. It's the size of my thumb. It's the size of my thumb, and so I have to.
You have the same problem as Josh.
Yeah, it's the capture card's the size of my thumb, so it doesn't have its own internal cooling system. So I have to keep a fan blowing on all of my devices while recording. This time, when I recorded the last parts of Uncharted here, I forgot to turn my fan on, and so we're going to run into some very, very, very choppy gameplay and audio. So again, I apologize for that. But here's going back to the movie stuff. Like, here's my thing. I feel like Mario has the simple story of like dude rescuing the princess. I feel like Uncharted also has that same simple story of treasure hunter finds the treasure, and maybe the
True,
twist is
but
there
they lean a lot more hard into the story than Mario does. I hope you realize that.
Yeah.
But the general principle, yeah, I know the substance over here is probably not the best to draw examples from, but just the form, I suppose.
I mean, when you can simplify any story to its core components, it's still, it'll probably all sound the same.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's kind of why we make fun of the bad guys bad go stop kind of thing in like every video game. Yeah.
It's all just tank that blast.
It's kind of complicated, perhaps. I don't feel like if this Uncharted movie actually is going to come out the next year or not, it's probably in development hell. I wouldn't be surprised about it. Just like
yeah,
I think it might have the same problem as like the New Mutants, where it's just stuck in development hell for like 5 years.
Yeah, maybe. Like, here's another thing. Like, we also have to factor in the pandemic stuff, because like all the games and movies that came out in 2020, or the ones that did, for the record, they are all made in 2019, and then the ones most likely being released in
like, here's the thing though, with like games, it's a lot easier to do, considering that even with mocap, it's like you can have very minimal people at the studio and like rent that shit. There doesn't have to actually be a lot of contact between people, so it can easily be done at home.
More or less, I guess it would have to depend on what kind of AAA material that the companies are working on.
Yeah.
Because like I can imagine like any indie developer, like pandemic was nothing to them. Just like I stay in my room every day.
They're still staying in their room eating their fucking ramen.
Oh yeah, they probably haven't gone out. They probably don't even know what a pandemic is. But they probably haven't gone outside at all. But they probably don't know what's going on. It's kind of funny actually. But yeah, yeah, it all has to depend on the thing, and I think some movies probably will get this kind of slack in the future as the movies start to trickle out again. It just kind of has to depend on like where and when all these films are in development and when exactly the pandemic factored into it. Like say like March 13th was the first day of filming something, but the the plot line and script were developed like months and years before that. You know what I'm saying?
Fine. I mean, most movies done kind of like that. Like their fucking scripts are done like to hell and back for like years, and then they finally start production.
Yeah, that's basically how it goes, more or less, in the movie industry at the very least. It's kind of different when it comes to like, I guess local theaters putting on already pre-made productions. Yeah. Oh yeah, in this section of the church, we're back in the church again, folks. Bring the dragon sniper with you, because you have these annoying laser sight enemies up on the high grounds of the church. That'll be very helpful indeed to have on you. And you notice we're back in the church for like a third time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the first time it was nighttime.
Very much believe in the power of Christ.
Then the second time
what the fuck is that enemy doing?
Yeah, you're like going back and forth.
Woo! I think I missed it. Oh well. Yeah, and the second time we're actually jumping on the high ground stuff to activate the keys, and now we're down here again, battling people.
Giving them his hands.
Yeah. This is something we kind of brought up last time. As like the difference between guns. Like I'd like, since I guess all of you guys have played or like a lot of experience with shooter games. How would you guys judge my shooting gameplay here?
You never played a shooter in your life.
Wow, that's a harsh grade. I guess yeah, Cam, you there?
No, he died.
Oh, the lightning must have taken him out.
Struck.
What did I tell you earlier? He died and got struck by lightning.
Shh. You're not supposed to acknowledge. But
No, I'm guessing you're decent enough. But what really irks me is when you just don't shoot somebody when you have the chance with sniper rifle. You would like duck back down, then do it.
Oh, that's a strategy I intentionally take with those laser sight enemies.
I know, it's fucking stupid.
Really?
Yes.
Because I do that just to reset their pattern. Because if they have their laser sight on you long enough, that's a one-hit kill.
Yeah, just if you have the signs on, just shoot them, then go down.
I just want to make sure I have the good opportunity to do so. But I guess what I'm really asking for is like...
Probably is because I'm far more aggressive in this game than anything.
Oh, just beat him up already. Fuck. Guess what I'm asking for is like me swapping between the handgun and then the two-handed guns.
Man, all these bodies dropping reminds me of the time I dropped bowling balls off that overpass.
What?
What? I didn't say anything.
The one by the school?
I don't even know what you said.
The one like when you got like by division. On division, I mean.
Oh, I'm kidding. I didn't drop bowling balls off an overpass.
I thought I was talking about the Grand
That would have been funny as hell, though.
Sometimes when I'm scrolling through the Instagram feeds, I come across these Instagram TV videos of just people dropping bowling balls off of these really large dams and hoping that it'll bounce off the trampoline. It's really mesmerizing for some freaking reason. Yeah, there are these.
Did they bounce?
The ones that land on the trampoline. Yeah.
Does it get them a spin?
They don't.
No, well, like, since they're like 160 feet up in the air, the wind kind of spins the bowling balls for them, and so it's just a matter of luck if the bowling balls.
No. You know what? The jumper should just go to a dam, spin it, and just have someone try to catch it.
No! No! That's murder! No! Are you sure? Because I feel like that was an invitation for you wanting to try it now. So? Oh, man.
Remember, kids, take a bowling ball with you.
Are you still alive?
Just barely.
Holy crap. We asked you a question and you never responded. That's cool.
Because I was going to the bathroom.
That's what I thought.
Oh,
more so we thought. Yeah. I thought it was
Dude, why don't you just fucking
well, my date hasn't entirely been healthy, so...
Oh, gotcha.
Let's hear you shit.